If you're studying to get your NASCLA commercial general contractor license and you want to know what book should you spend the most time in, and do you got to take in 24 books just to pass the exam, in this video, I'm going to show you the most important books, the small stack that you need to take in versus just having your reference books, right? So, right beside me, we have a stack of about 14 books, maybe 13. And this is the stack that I would take into the exam, all right? And why is because in this stack, it's the code and it's the important subject matters if you look at the weight chart, which is how many questions per subject title. Now, I'm not going to spend a lot of time in a book that's only going to have 2, 3, maybe 4 questions. I'm going to focus on the ones that have 30, 15, 16, 10, you know, those type of numbers. So right here, if I get these books mastered, these books right here become simple to understand, and it's not as much of as a priority. Because a lot of times when we're studying to do this commercial general contractor license, we're in a time crunch. We're running businesses. We got a bunch of things to do, right? And we got to find time to not only get through 18 lessons in the IBC, but total, we probably got 40, 50 lessons we got to go through with 30 plus questions apiece. That might take 60, 90, sometimes even 6 months for some students, right? So I want to make it easy on you. Today, this stack is what you should have. So what's in the stack? We got construction job site management. Now, in our program, you're going to be able to see all the different things that are in these books, right? But you got to learn how to manage your job sites. Then we got project management. You got to know how to project manage your construction job sites. Then we got business and law. And I will tell you, there's probably 15, 20 questions out this small book here. Then we got handling, erection of steel, joists, and joist girders. This is where those steel questions come into place, or metals, right? We're talking framing. Very important book here. Then unbonded post-tensioning. I won't say it's a lot of questions, but you will have some on there. I could put this book over here, but I'm telling you, there's going to be a couple unbonded post-tensioning questions. This book would be great. Then we got the guide and practice to handling and restraining and bracing your structural building components, right? This is another one that I say if you're talking about your brackets for your trusses and things like that, this is a very good one to understand, even if you're doing residential. Pipe and excavation. Even though site planning and things are going to be in our principles and practices, right here we're going to learn about a lot about productivity. There's going to be math problems in here that we got to conquer, and site construction, right? Then contractor's guide to quality construction, right? This, compared to having this book, your ACI 31814, which is the concrete Bible, this right here simplifies it so we can understand the process. Of course, you're going to have to understand simple mathematics, right, for concrete, but this will give us start to finish the knowledge we need about concrete. This is going to go into complex, like it's like the Bible when it comes down to it, reading Psalms, right? But this book here, we're not going to spend as much time in, but this one here, we're going to spend time in. And if you don't know, we do have a concrete course that you can go over in our program. And then we have principles and practices of commercial construction. This one here is going to be definitely a book that you're going to spend time in, because this is going to take you through concrete forms, the construction process, everything that you need. So this book, I'm telling you, put it at the top of your list. Then modern masonry. This is a book that sometimes I would tell you, yeah, put it over here. But why I say keep this book out and keep it in your stack, it's got blueprint reading. And yes, it covers a lot of the masonry, right? Bricks, stones, all of those things. So this is important too. Next is carpentry and building construction. If you want to understand the whole process of construction and you don't have the experience, this book here is what you should focus on first. This is going to walk you in from start to finish, okay? So Carpentry and building construction. Keep that at the top of your list. And then OSHA. OSHA is definitely one of those books that this is the safety codes. This is not the building codes. This is the safety codes. So you want to keep this in your stack and understand it. We got a 10-step cheat code that will allow you to navigate this easy because there's really only 10 subject matters, but this is definitely something that you should cover. Last but not least, we got the most important book, right? And that's your IBC. If you don't understand this book, you're not going to pass this exam, okay? This book right here, we got 18 lessons. It's very important that you go through this book with a fine comb, right? Because with this book here, then, of course, I think OSHA has quite a few, but not as many. And let me just grab it here. This business and law, this principles and practices, right? And then construction project management and job site management. These are going to be your main focus, right? But we just can't conquer the exam with just this stack right here. We got to have the other books to complement it. So if you're really interested in learning more of how we put together our weight system, which is 7 buckets, and that's how we categorize these questions, right? In order for us to understand what the question is asking and why, go ahead and comment below, follow this page, and I'll send you a link to join our NASCLA program where we'll show you how to navigate these books. Because one thing for sure, you're not going to read them. That's the one thing for sure. You're not going to read every last one of these books. That's not how it works. It works when you actually learn how to navigate them. Which books has an index, which book has a table of contents, which book has a glossary, right? And what I'm going to show you is with the 5-step method, you can pass this exam on the first try. But it's how much work are you going to put into this stack, okay? Into this stack, so you can pass the exam. All right, this is Contractor Envy in the Study Buddy Pro app. Go ahead and comment below pass. I'll send you everything that you need to get started, and I wish you the best. I want you to study smarter, pass faster, and get licensed with the Study Buddy Pro app.